Some of the so-called Mag 7 being accused of skirting EU digital competition rules in an open letter from a group of other tech and media companies today. The letter comes ahead of a key March compliance deadline for the tech industry. And our Deirdre Boza sat down with Europe's competition chief to discuss what's next. Hi, Dee.
Hey, Tyler, you're referring to the Digital Markets Act, which I will get into, but there's the markets as well. And it was a rough first week of the year for big tech, but we've seen a flight back to quality. The Mag 7, they continue to lead the broader markets. But what you're talking about, Europe's antitrust chief, Margrethe Vestager, her recent trip to the Bay Area, it's a reminder that regulation will play a bigger role this year. She's the original antitrust bulldog who has taken on big tech and actually gotten results. She was in the Bay Area last week meeting with Tim Cook and Sundar Pichai and others, making sure that they are getting ready to comply with that Digital Markets Act, which she describes as a new era of regulation. There is some skepticism, though, so I asked her how the relationship with big tech here has evolved and what makes her confident that they're going to comply.
It's difficult to say for sure because obviously there is some paying lip service. But I think in general, the atmosphere and the discussion has changed quite a lot. From the very early day when I opened the first Google case, walking up the hill in Washington, we say, oh my God, what's that woman doing? Now you have sort of a much more nuanced approach to say, well, when the digitization happens all over our industry, we cannot just let market power decide who gets the better part of this. So I think we have a much more nuanced approach. We have very active US authorities in the FTC and the DOJ. We have a very nuanced, proactive discussion in the Senate. So it's a completely different situation.
Meanwhile, guys, the efficiency drive, that continues with Google, the latest, planning to lay off hundreds of employees in ad sales. Bernstein calls it the years of efficiency with an S. And as we've talked about before, there could be an AI element at play as well. A survey unveiled in Davos this week revealed that a quarter of global CEOs expect generative AI to lead to headcount reductions. And I thought this was interesting. Duolingo, it's a really interesting example here. The company is cutting contractors while leaning on more Gen AI to produce content. For more of our content deep dives, go to cnbc.com/techcheck/TC Weekly.